I was gonna pull up the mission statement just so I actually had it in front of me.
Yeah, so you can actually read it correctly. Our mission statement is to make good, to make
Stuffs and stuff.
we good at movies.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Mark Rodney Show. We are your hosts. My name is Brody Bowman.
And I'm Ethan DeLeon.
That's right. And most likely, if you're listening to this, you already knew that. But yeah, let's jump in. So why are we doing this podcast? How did we get to this point that we're at right now, sitting in the high school classroom that I teach in at Temple Christian School?
Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to tell you, Brody.
Okay. Then go ahead. Jump right in.
So Brody and I went to high school together. He was in a grade below me. A lot of you already know this story.
Details. It doesn't matter.
So we're not going to spend too much time telling the story because it's everywhere, and you probably already know the story if you're listening to the very first episode.
We're going to have future podcast episodes where we break down
a
couple years of our YouTube channel, and we have a video out right now that you can watch that details why we started Mark Rodney Productions. So go check that out.
But yeah, Mark Rodney Productions is essentially the step into professionalism. Brody and I, after high school, well, you were still in high school kind of towards the beginning of it, but after we both were moving into college, we enjoyed hanging out together and creating videos. We did that in high school, and we wanted to continue to do that in college because honestly, that was like at the foundation of our friendship.
Yeah. It gave us a reason to hang out, spend time with each other. We had fun.
Yeah.
We both enjoyed it. And we did one over, I think, my Christmas break of my first year of college. And that led to COVID and a conversation during COVID about starting a YouTube channel together, which we ended up doing.
Right. And that YouTube channel was called Take Two. And it was, a goofy little channel where we made sketches, and any idea that came to mind, we asked our friends to come out and help us. And many of you who are watching this now are probably a part of that in some way.
Yes.
Form or fashion. And so thank you for hanging with us during those years. But this is our opportunity to be a little bit more professional. And so we thought a rebrand was necessary. And there we landed on Mark Rodney Productions.
And expanding what we do,
right?
A YouTube channel existed purely to entertain.
Yeah.
But that was my perfect setup for you now to then read what our mission statement is
for
our company.
And the new mission statement for Mark Rodney Productions is that Mark Rodney Productions exists to masterfully create video and film productions with supporting content to inspire, educate, and entertain.
And what we realized was, you can only go so long, I suppose, with no goal, with no aim, right? Like Take Two was fun. It's what we did over the summer. It was like summer vacation energy, and it was super fun, and we made a lot of really fun stuff. But it was time I was graduating college. You had been out for a while, married.
Yeah.
It was time how are we going to make this into a career? If this is genuinely how we enjoy spending our time and what we want to do, how does that make sense for us?
Yeah.
And that's how we came to, Mark Rodney Productions.
And honestly, we were getting better. And the better you get, the more you know, and you're almost cursed with knowledge in the sense that there was a limit to how many favors we could call in and ask people, can we get this location for free? And all this equipment we had started to accumulate. And it was just time that, is this going to be something or is it done? And so we decided that we weren't done with it. So what do we do with it now? And I
Level up.
Yeah, I think that is our answer. It was Mark Rodney Productions. So
and like you said, cursed with knowledge, it's like there's that. Once you know how to be better, it's hard, especially for two people like us. I think we're both very we're heavily motivated. We like to go after
always grow.
things.
What's next?
Yeah. And for us, we could see it and we could taste it, and so we jumped on it.
Yeah,
we jumped on it, and that's why we exist now. And let's talk a little bit about what Mark Rodney Productions does before we talk about the podcast.
Sure, yeah. So Mark Rodney Productions, our shtick, if you will, is that we exist in both film and video. I already read you our mission statement. But
little yin-yang energy.
Yeah, exactly. So what does that mean? For us, there's a big distinction between corporate clients podcast for clients, brand films, all these other videos, social media
Corporate
content.
video, media.
Yeah.
It's more the word content is associated
Right.
with video
With
a
video.
whole lot more.
And
yeah.
then film, Brody graduated from a film school, and
Right.
so that's narratives and storytellings, and a lot of times, it
can be short
associated
films.
with fiction.
Yeah, fictional storytelling. Yeah. Short films, sketches,
Yeah.
comedy sketches.
And honestly, documentaries are kind of like, we're trying to figure out where that belongs, because
it's a little bit of both.
Yeah,
It honestly is a little bit of both. But yeah, so that's kind of what Mark Rodney Productions does. We have scripts in development. We're writing stories as we speak.
And when we say that, we're developing scripts to potentially sell, and our goal is to hopefully, be a part of these productions as they're being made.
Yes.
But we're young. We're trying to figure out the film industry ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and our place in it. And I would love to grow in the camera department and become a cinematographer.
Yeah. I'm looking more towards, well, first of all, I love to write.
Right.
So that's kind of a huge thing for me. But then also acting and performing, like I've always done that and I want to keep doing that. And I'm like serious about that being something in my future. So film has become, like we really are yin yang when it comes to like video and film.
So it's very satisfying to be here in this moment, in today, in this room. I mean, where we're at right now is, Brody had mentioned it earlier, we're in his classroom at Temple Christian School, where we both graduated high school from, and he is now moonlighting as an art teacher.
I am.
For middle school and high school. And you just got to do what you got to do, in the beginning days.
And that's, I mean, we want to be transparent, right? It's like, I mean, the
just
people
where we are in
watching
life
this
right
know
now.
it's where we are. It's like when you start a business, any business, whether it's film and video or it's a bakery like on your street, like most of the time you don't drop everything.
Right.
and
For
go
instance,
make
what
a
are you
business.
what are you doing right now? I think
Right,
this is a good time
this is,
capsule, if you will.
So currently, as we
Yes.
started this company,
Right.
we are waiting for our website to drop
Yeah.
as we're talking. Now, by the time this episode comes out, our website will exist, and you can go check it out, and you should.
MarkRodneyProductions.com.
MarkRodneyProductions.com. But I am teaching junior high and high school art, so I'm a teacher. But I also am doing church media.
Right.
And I film weddings on the weekends to help pay the bills too.
Yes.
So 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
In
just,
addition to this company, which, although we are not public facing yet at the time of this recording,
we're still busy.
We're still busy. We've already landed several gigs, one of which has been a year-long commitment doing a documentary series, and I'm sure we'll unpack some of that in a future episode as well.
Very exciting though.
But
Very cool.
On the other hand, I had been working full-time for an organization doing photo, video, graphic design. I helped them launch a podcast. And since then, I've kind of went more on my own, done more freelancing, and I doubled down on the wedding stuff. So I have a whole other brand that is wedding filmmaking, Daily Owned Creative. You can find that dailyownedcreative.co if you're interested more in that. But I think even on Mark Rodney Productions, we're going to have a YouTube channel where we talk about a lot of different things, and I may even share some of that wedding filmmaking business kind of stuff on these channels, I should say.
That's something we're both, I think, as you're saying that, just made me think. Something we're both a little bit passionate about is making sure that like we have this awesome company together and so much of our interests overlap. But Ethan and I both have, like I'm an art teacher. I like to draw and do that sort of stuff, right? And you have leatherworking and you have your own separate wedding business, and we help each other with those things.
And I'm really just passionate
here
about
for each other.
business in general. So although we love filmmaking, and that's probably our primary focus right now, we are multifaceted human beings. So
we have other interests.
Right. Yeah. In the future, you'll probably see other things, come out of this. This probably not be the only business. At least I start, and I know you probably will freelance or get on other people's sets, acting or
and
otherwise.
all that stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, that's just a little bit of background of where we're at right now. And I think it'd be fun to look back on at some point.
A little time capsule, like you said. Like where were we, and then where are we now?
But this is probably, I think, for both of us, the thing that we are putting most of our effort and attention and passion behind.
And for me, it's been like movies have been my passion since I was little. Like I like saved up all my money so I could buy a video camera in 3rd grade. Yeah. That's what I've been doing for so long. So it's actually really satisfying time in my life for me to be doing to be on the precipice of all this really fun film stuff while also teaching art. Like it's my 2 favorite things like coming together. So obviously this is a huge passion of mine. I love to write. If you guys know me, probably know my mom, RV Bowman. That's her author name. Yeah. go read her books. But she's a writer, and an
Right.
author and stuff. So get a little bit of the genes there. So just all that stuff is really exciting.
So I guess our point is to just give you a little bit of a pulse on what Mark Rodney Productions is and kind of what you can expect. We've been trying to get the word out there on social media and on websites and videos and our YouTube channel. We're rebranding the Take Two YouTube channel to be Mark Rodney Productions. So if you're confused about what's happening there, that's what it is. It's going to be Mark Rodney Productions' official YouTube channel.
We're going to leave the majority of
Right.
the primary videos that we released through Take Two will remain on the channel. So you can always go and check those out. And for us, we like to go back and watch that stuff because it's good memories. But all of that, I guess, brings us to now we have started this Mark Rodney podcast, the Mark Rodney Show.
Right.
So what you're listening to right now. So what can viewers and listeners expect from what we're doing here?
Yeah. Great question, Brody. I'm glad you asked.
I'm a great host.
This is not your episode that you will expect to see a new episode drop every Tuesday or whatever.
Right.
We will probably be starting with just, jumping on the mics and turning on the cameras when we have something to say, something to share.
And if you guys end up taking interest in it and listening to it a lot and you're like, oh, yeah, this is great, and you show us that, then maybe we will. Like, we'll think about doubling down and doing more episodes. But for now,
it's very casual.
Yes.
Stuff like this, if you're watching or listening, it will be available on YouTube as well as your podcasting platforms. Fun fact, you can watch video on podcast on Spotify. Yes. But yeah, we'll be doing further breakdowns, behind the scenes content of our major productions. We're actually
so if you've watched the production and the BTS video and you're like, I want more,
right?
Then you can come to the podcast and we'll talk about it even further.
So we will certainly talk about some of that stuff. Some of it's going to be just movie breakdowns of what's trending right now in the film world.
I love to get to the theaters.
Right. And so we've already actually recorded some of those about some of the big releases coming soon. Our breakdown of Barbenheimer, the Barbie movie, and Oppenheimer.
That's right.
And we're also going to break down some business insights. I know that's something that's super important to me, and you can't do this career unless you care about business. So we're going to try to add value that way. So if you're listening and you want to know how we're doing certain things, reach out to us, and maybe we can cover that on an episode.
Right, and not as experts,
right,
but as people who are experiencing it.
Yeah,
right,
we're going out,
we're trying it. We're new. We're gonna do this thing, and let's see how it goes. And let's report to you guys what we're finding out, what we're learning.
Exactly. So you can learn through our fumblings.
That's right.
And then we'll certainly bring on some guests. In fact, we're about to record an episode with Jonathan Ackland after this.
Woo! All those Jonathan Ackland fans out
there. So we're excited to just bring him on the show and others in the future that were, that may have something to share with our audience.
Yeah, and ultimately, all of those things, it goes all the way back to our mission statement, right? We want to educate people, want to inspire people, and want to entertain people. So
100%.
Whenever we have something that falls within those three categories, we'll probably jump on the mics and share it with you guys.
Yep. So be looking for those. And who knows, in the future, this can grow into whatever. We have a couple fun ideas already, but we got to see if you guys enjoy this type of content to begin with. But it is fun for us. I'm not going to lie.
We enjoy talking.
Yeah, we have the cameras and stuff, so might as well turn them on and share what we have to share with the world.
So thanks for listening to episode 1.
This is a little bit shorter than what you can expect. I think we're shooting for the 30-minute mark.
About 30 minutes, yeah. But we thought we should probably jump on the mic and explain what it is we're doing before we just, hit you with a bunch of content.
All of our episodes.
So thanks for listening to episode 1 of the Mark Rodney Show.
Yeah, certainly follow the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcasting platform, as well as subscribe on YouTube. We'll have podcast episodes on YouTube, but also a lot more other YouTube type content and experimental content. But yeah, hope to see you in future episodes.
Yeah.
And
see you next time.
And maybe even on social media, we'll do little snippets of the podcast episodes.
Yeah, maybe
share
catch
those
you on
with
Instagram. Share everything, like everything. Please support us.
You will not escape us.
We will bother you incessantly.
No, but thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Good evening and good night.
Namaste.
Bye. Gotta have the last word.
No,
wait.